Good evening, viewer. Welcome to our Glory Globe. To hear some breaking news. Yes, there is no aero engine available, hence Ginat aero engines were fitted. HF-24 was and has been the only big ticket indigenous platform to serve Indian military. Gas turbine research establishment, that is called GTRE, one of the many establishments under the Defense Research and Development Organization, that is called DRDO, was tasked to produce an aero engine. The only accomplishment of GTRE was to christen the under development aero engines as Kaveri. It never saw the light of the day. There were many problems. The most important of this was deficient meteorologically capability. The steel of suitable tensile strength which could be used to produce turbine blades could not be produced today. In 1987, HAL recommended the fighter development program yet again. There was no aero engine available. G404 was acquired as a to be developed light combat aircraft, that is called LCA. HAL had once again achieved the impossible by finding a name for the aircraft. The LCA was touted as a short form for liaison, cooperation and agreement because of the lack of indigenous components in the plane. LCA Mk-1 Tejas was inducted into IAF, Indian Air Force, after Indian Air Force was forced to grant 28 concessions to HAL and induct the aircraft in a frontline fighter squadron. The aero engine development program was shelved. HAL had failed to produce an aero engine in the last 60 years. When the pressure to develop an indigenous fighter on HAL DRDO reached a crescendo, HAL DRDO combined christened the on-drawing board aircraft at LCA Mk2, TEDBF, AMCA and so on. But the non-availability of an aero engine to power these imaginary flying machines remained the biggest roadblock. French, British and US agencies were racing to produce aero engines for Indian fighters. G owned the race. HAL and G have signed on the dotted line to produce G F414 aero engine. This deal will have far-reaching consequences for Indian military. All future airframes of Indian fighters will have to be configured to enable the fitment of the G F414 aero engine, thereby restricting the freedom of different airframe design. While media reports suggest that 500 G414 will be produced in India under a 100% transfer of technology agreement, it is unclear whether G will be sharing meteorological technology for producing high tensile stainless steel, which will be suitable for producing turbine steel blades. It is essential that HAL, Hindustan Assembly Line, became Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Hopefully, there will be no ambiguity on the issues of intellectual property rights that will appear with reference to alteration and changes, if any, required in the future. Indian military will have to depend on US G414 aero engine till at least 2100 AD. Fighters production will, if at all, fructify by not earlier than 2035. 2040 will be more realistic. Hence, G414 will have a service life of around 60 years. Indian military will likely have at least 8 or 12 LCA squadron. This entire LCA fleet and TEDBF will depend on G414 aero engine, making us dependent on the US for the next 6 to 8 decades to sustain these fleets. The aero engine deal is a long-term strategic deal to meet the requirements of future Indian fighters. However, if LCA, Mk2 and TEDBF are not developed, what will happen to the 500 aero engine producing factories? Chances of that happening cannot be ruled out if the past 60 years of performance of the HAL DRDO is considered. Will the new technology induction alter the union controlled work culture of HAL? Extremely unlikely. Hence, quality control will become a casualty, as has been the case. Undoubtedly, GF414 is a proven aero engine that US F-18As are using. Yes, although critical technological details are not yet available, it will hopefully have stable operational performance when airplanes operate close to critical limits. Beyond the report, Globe TV, Delhi, India.